Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. Happy Monday. I am your host, Sandy Ballard, the Badass Business Coach. Thanks for being here, listening, and sharing this podcast with others. And if you're not sharing, why not? Because sharing is caring, people. Come on. I appreciate all of you who have or at least recommended my podcast because it's the only way it's in 3 million countries. No, I don't know. I haven't looked lately. It was 82 the last time I looked. So I really appreciate it. I love it. And I would love to hear where you're listening from and which platform you're listening on. So message me wherever you can on social media. Find me, Sandy with an I, and or email me, sandy@sandyballard.com. Let me know, like I said, where you're listening from and what platform. And don't forget to check out my website because you can listen to my podcast there as well. Sandy@sandyballard.com or badassbusiness.coach. All right. And if you're hearing a little motorboat sound in the background, that is #MurderKitty. No, she's my cat that has hated me until we moved to California. And now she's like my little love bud, little snuggle bug, and is always right under my feet. So anyway, not going to kick her out while I'm recording. So you're going to have to listen to that if you hear it. So again, thanks for being here. Happy Monday. And yeah, last Monday's podcast was really about looking at patterns. You know, I talk about is the grass greener on the other side? Did you jump when things got hard? You know, looking at the pros and cons of things when you're looking at changing things up. Because a lot of times it's your patterns. You don't notice that, I am quick to jump. I am quick to quit. I am quick to switch gears because things got hard, right? It's easy. It's easy to say it wasn't right for me or it just wasn't working. You know, sometimes you're right and, sometimes you're just searching for the easy way, that magic pill. And in recent podcasts, I've talked a lot about how I painstakingly went through my rebrand last year, but the pain part was the research for the perfect all-in-one platform for my website, my coaching system, my scheduling, email, payment, podcast hosting, and my women's group, the Taboo Tribe, which includes a private platform, right? I thought I had it. However, after a year of getting feedback and hearing, what my clients like and don't like, what they're using and not using, I decided to look around again. I held off because I didn't want to go through that pain of change, but also, did I jump too fast? I put a lot of money into it, like many of us have, right? And fortunately, I don't want to bother the clients to set up a new profile and a new system. However, after looking at the pros and cons, my clients have had to, sometimes have 2 or 3 logins. And the automation is cool, but not for everyone. And so it's time, right? It's time. I looked at the pros and cons, and I know at some point everything I want, I'm going to have built from scratch. But for now, to simplify things for clients, I think I found something that's super close. So it's going to come out. So if you're a client or you're part of the Taboo Tribe or you sign up for any events, anything like that, watch for it. It's coming. All right. The new scheduling system has already started. So, I challenged you last week to look at your patterns to see how many times you've quit or jumped to something else because things were hard. I've seen this with clients and friends. It's good to check your progress on your habits, to see how you're doing in regard to your goals. What needs to change? I preach that. What needs to change or what needs to keep going to keep working towards that goal? Or did you just straight up give up on a goal because shit got hard? That happens so many times. I personally know someone who loves to work out, who loves to journal, and really take the time to think through ideas and mentally get their mind right and just think through stuff and write it down. A lot of people journal. However, this person usually stops after a few weeks, maybe a month, and just gets out of sync. Yes, I've been through this with them a few times. I've stopped taking on that task of attempting to keep this person on going because it's their journey. It's on them. And I can't make someone do something they don't want to do. I deal with that with some clients. It's like you figure out what is going to help keep you going. And even sometimes maybe you, if you talk about how much something helps or how much you love it when you do it, do you stick with it? Do you stick with your workout routine, or do you stick with any habit for long? This person drives me batshit crazy, but I have to remember, as long as it's not affecting me or anyone else, then this person's probably only hurting themselves. But I also think about perhaps habits aren't right for this person. Maybe this person needs constant change to be happy. To me, though, it's always learning, which is cool, but it can be constant chaos because you don't know. You never get into that habit or that routine to make things happen. But, I've seen and experienced that habits do help you achieve your goals. So I guess if you aren't a good habit keeper, you'd probably argue with me about habits and how much I preach about them. Maybe you don't no longer listening to me, and you'd probably agree with this person that changing up habits regularly or constantly changing is the way to go. Well, I've mentioned the book Atomic Habits many times. James Clear, the author, talks about how to create healthy habits and why we hold on to bad habits. He'd probably agree with me that habits do help, but they have to be good, strong, healthy habits. So if you're the type of person who needs constant change to keep things fun and fresh and exciting, which I totally understand that, how do you achieve your goals? How do you create that routine to help you make the progress? How do you know what's working and what's not? How do you level up? I'd love to know. Again, email me, sandy@sandyballard.com. Tell me how you've kicked ass, but prove to me that you've done it without creating habits. All right? I talk about this a lot. Sometimes I've heard this, and I wrote about it in my book. I know you need to, but, or I know I need to, but, I know I need what I need to do, but, I know habits help, but. Let's figure out how to eliminate the but. Change, as I've mentioned, can be good and necessary at times. But are you using that as your excuse to not stick with habits because habits somehow seem icky to you? As we're getting into the holidays, and even more because there have been a lot of Jewish holidays, Indian holidays, different holidays with all the nationalities, lots of people that I've met since moving out here in California. We're getting deeper into, the end of the year. What needs to change? Is it a habit? Is it maybe staff person or volunteer or business partner? Do you need to change up your website platform or system software? Or phone systems? I've had that with a client that their phone systems were causing chaos with their staff. What about your environment that I talk about so much? Negative self-talk, a workout plan. Maybe you need to change a product or service you offer and get that ready for the holidays to offer or the new year to kick off. Or maybe, as I heard recently from a friend, she is post-pandemic busy. So what needs to change to help her, right? Be productive and not just busy. I want to help you get things in line now to help you level up and finish the year strong so you can and will start the year off right. You'll start the year off even stronger. All right, so if you want help figuring it out, talking through the pros and cons to make sure you're on the right track and make sure you're going to finish this year strong, email me, sandy@sandyballard.com, message me, find me. Let's have a great week full of good change and checking the patterns and really kicking ass so we can level up and do our best. All right, have a great week, and I look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.